Victoria's Secret is apparently ditching their woke rebrand of recent years after it didn't translate to financial success.
Get woke, go broke. It's a tale as old as time, and somehow companies can't seem to learn from this. Doesn't it just seem amazing that people who are in positions of power that probably make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars a year, lack common sense? Like the lady who thought Dylan Mulvaney could sell Bud Light. Or the other lady at Miller, who figured an unfunny female comedian calling the old Miller Lite commercials sexist and it was junk they needed to get rid of. It all resulted in less sales. How?
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
Well, here we are again. This time it's with Victoria's Secret. Remember, like, I don't know, a year or two ago, they got rid of the angels. Yeah, that was a smart move. And instead of having beautiful, thin, gorgeous women that seemed to float down the stage like angels, I guess I get it now, we had fat chicks. We had cripple women. We had men in panties. There's nothing sexy about a chick rolling down the runway in a Segway, or what is it, a motorized wheelchair. Who thought this was a good idea? Someone that needs to be fired.
He's a monster.
Victoria's Secret has gone woke. There's Giselle since it was last on. In 2019, they hired their first transgender model because, of course, right, yet another space that women used to dominate, and now, no. The Angels were later replaced by Victoria's Secret Collective, an unparalleled group of trailblazing partners who share a common goal to drive positive change. Instead of Giselle, we have Megan Rapinoe. Instead of Stephanie Seymour, we have, let's see, a refugee from South Sudan. We have, of course, the plus size models. We've got Priyanka Chopra Jonas because, I don't know, she's diverse and she's married to a Jonas. And they've been featuring women of all shapes and sizes as well as the various nods to diversity and inclusion. As soon as they did that, FYI, Bridget, their sales fell 8%, and they went down another 4.5% in the last year. So people don't seem to be responding particularly well to the heavy-set models who are refugees and also men.
I am in shock! It's the equivalent of visual poison. It's like making a juice bar, but instead of giving people delicious drinks, you crush up glass into a fine powder. Well, apparently, Victoria's Secret going woke didn't work. They're going broke. Well, not really broke. They've lost 5% of overall revenue, and they're kind of sitting here like, wait, what? What? Megan Rapinoe can't sell panties? What? The lady who can't win the World Cup can't sell panties? I don't understand.
Victoria's Secret is reportedly shifting away from the recent feminist rebranding efforts and returning to its roots.
Apparently, hot chicks sell stuff.
Titties.
Incorrect.
How come men in the 80s understood what escapes us now?
The brand's inclusive initiatives, such as featuring LGBTQ advocates,
Because they're always fun.
and bidding farewell to the Angels, supermodels, have failed to boost sales in an effort to reverse the decline. Victoria's Secret's plans to blend its signature allure with more inclusive approach.
I see you've learned nothing. They're like, okay, what if we bring back the Angels and we only use a few crippled chicks? What do you say? We'll give you 5 supermodels and 3 fat girls.
Because they'll start making clothes that women want to buy, but then they'll like pretend that the unattractive women they put on stage to roll down the runway were a huge boon. You know, they're gonna have Giselle Bundchen coming down the runway and then Quasimodo. They'll be like, I'd like to thank Quasimodo for helping us boost sales. Here's a Ferrari, and right next to the Ferrari is your mother's '93 Honda Civic. Oh my God, I can hardly contain myself.
The brand has observed a significant drop in projected revenue for 2023, now estimated at $6.2 billion after the shift. This drop will be a 5% fall from the previous year.
What a surprise. You mean people online that criticize Victoria's Secret didn't buy anything anyway? Wow, it seems like a trend that keeps repeating itself. It's like you listen to the idiots on Twitter and think it's the gospel truth. Obviously, Twitter speaks for all of America. I'm going to listen to the diaper furry ranting at 3 in the morning about inclusion and patriarchy.
Feed me gamer boys. We sincerely apologize for the transphobic reply that was originally intended as humor, but now understand the implications of said ignorant joke and intend to do better in the future.
They surely have their finger on the pulse of the cultural zeitgeist.
In 2021, American professional soccer player Rapinoe pointed out the prior messaging as patriarchal and sexist.
I'm so sick of Peter Pan, I could puke. Taking advice from Megan Rapinoe is the absolute stupidest thing you could do, because that lady, literally, most of America only knows Megan Rapinoe for being annoying. None of us look at her and go, wow, that's an amazing sports star. We're like, oh God, it's that lesbian that looks like a little boy again, complaining. Good Lord. She's got the Peter Pan haircut and everything. I wish to God Captain Hook would stab a bitch.
And emphasized it was geared towards younger demographic.
Yeah, because young people are fit and sexy. Accept it, you old bird. We're on the outs, lady.
The brand, in an effort to reverse financial decline, is now looking to blend the signature allure with more inclusive approach, epitomized by Victoria's Secret's Tour of 23.
Whatever. Still not learning. I can't wait for you to drop 5% more. Let's watch some of these clips. Help me out, PBS News. Tell me how I'm a piece of garbage.
It was built on creating a sexy yet accessible fantasy. But critics say that fantasy was targeted toward men, not women.
Everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic.
The company announced a sweeping overhaul yesterday that it says will better reflect the times and what women want. Gone is its stable of angels, the supermodels who starred in glossy ads, and its annual big-budget fashion show. The new faces of the brand are women who don't fit the traditional Victoria's Secret mold.
Yeah, it used to be a standard, a gold standard. That your woman had to be like 5'6" and 120 pounds. Those days are long gone. Now you have to date Shamu or else you're a bigot. These reflect the times of what women want. Well, according to what I see on Instagram and TikTok, women want to be sexy and in control, while also screaming that men suck.
Later. You're really gonna sit there in your bed crying and pulling out your hair, waiting for him to answer a text when he's probably banging some other broad? Let's be.
I try to draw style inspiration from anywhere, really. It's fun for me, so I kind of take it as like a fun activity, a hobby. I think when you're comfortable in what you're wearing, in your own skin, in who you are, then sexy can be coming through you.
Uh-oh. Boner alert.
Megan Rapinoe showing off Victoria's Secret's new lingerie wear, and there's nothing sexy here. She looks like she raided Michael Jackson's closet. In Gay We Trust. What's wrong with this generation of gay people where literally being gay is their entire personality, or trans? Like, can we like talk about that? It's like, hey, how are you? I'm trans. It's like, okay, cool, but how are you doing? In Gay We Trust. Megan Rapinoe literally looks like she got her fashion sense from Mugatu.
Let me show you. Derelict! It is a fashion, a way of life inspired by the very homeless, the vagrants, the crack whores that make this wonderful city so unique.
Like, could we get the homeless-looking soccer player that couldn't beat 16-year-old boys to represent us? Because that's a winner.
The brand's inclusive initiative, which included featuring LGBTQ advocate Megan Rapinoe, transgender models as spokesman, along with bidding farewell to the famous angel supermodels, garnered positive feedback from online critics. However, they failed to translate into increasing sale figures.
The tale is old as time. People on Twitter bitching don't buy anything. Wow. It's almost as if Twitter is full of a bunch of psychotic Zoomers that are just whiny kids that do nothing but specialize in saying the country sucks because they have no power or initiative to do anything to change it. Maybe that's it, or maybe I'm crazy. Maybe Megan Rapinoe's just that sexy.
Very much for joining me. What do you think about this idea then that Victoria's Secrets are supposedly as a result of commercial pressure, really, having to revert back to maybe marketing it at their core audience?
I think it makes sense that people weren't receptive to them trying to move into the sort of more accepting space when they spent years. I mean, the foundations of them as a brand is very exclusive. They actively only showed one singular body type. I mean, look at their campaigns, their runway shows, it's one body type. So when they try and move into a more diverse space, they're not really received very well because for years they made such a damaging impact on an entire generation with the message that they had.
Wow, what a waste. The poor children.
And frankly, I hope you've learned something, Victoria's Secrets, but you probably didn't. You'll lose more sales because you're still going to try and be inclusive because you're run by morons, and it's nothing personal, you know. It just seems like the more educated a person is these days, the more out of touch of reality they are. But anyway, I'm going to say this. I can't trust a woman to make decisions if she literally, queen, you contoured your nose to make your shit look crooked.
Your makeup is terrible.
Like, fix your mug, girl. She looked in the mirror, saw this crooked contour, and she's like, yes, the worst nose highlight I've ever seen. And I've been looking at Sniper Wolf videos for like a week straight. And to anybody that would probably sit there and go, shut up, you're a sexist bigot, blah, 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 blah. For real. These multiple body types are a systematic problem of our culture and fast food and overall physical laziness. Let's be real. Google photos of beaches in the 1970s, and what you will find is everybody is thin and in shape. Every chick here could wear Victoria's Secret's clothes, and every dude has six-pack abs. You Google beaches now, and everybody looks like fat, skinny. It's not because Victoria's Secret created harmful body types for women. It's just everybody got fat and lazy. We're literally becoming the Pixar animation WALL-E. Remember that? The little robot has to find like life on a planet so it could send a message back to a ship full of fat, lazy people that do nothing for themselves. We're heading there at warp speed. But hey, Victoria's Secret is just sexist.